you just took a massive step in your life and you're going to live abroad for work, for school, or simply because, hey, you like living on the edge and you're going there for fun, well, now what? Well, it's time to prepare, and it won't be easy. Just like you, I'm about to embark on a crazy adventure. In my case, I'll be going to Japan for the next 8 months, more specifically in the old capital city of Kyoto. As exciting as it may seem, it's also crazy nerve-wracking. I've traveled several times before internationally. I've moved to different countries, and I think I could give you my so-called expert advice on what to do and how to prepare for expat life. So number one, learn the local language. I cannot stress this one more, guys, because you're going into a new country and you cannot expect the local culture to adapt themselves to you. You gotta make those first steps, and just saying a few words will go a long way. So take a class, take a language class, learn the basics, and I think you'll feel way more welcomed in the country you will arrive if you speak the local language. Number two, research the culture. Just like the language, in order to get acceptance by the locals, you want to learn a lot about their culture. It's a conversation starter too, so get into it. Go into the history, go into customs, like in North America or in Canada, you shake someone's hand when you meet them. Well, in Asia, Japan, you bow. That's something different. You gotta know how to do that. Also, understanding how your culture compares to that new culture you're getting yourself into is very important. So, for example, I lived the past 3 years in Canada, a relatively individualistic society. Now that I'm going to Japan, which is a more collectivist society, I have to make sure that I adapt my speech and that I adapt my communication to them, because they'll have maybe a more higher context style communication, whereas Canadians or Europeans or North Americans have a much lower context style communication. So all of these little details will go a long way when going into a new country. So these are small little things they could learn on YouTube by reading. For example, I did my research on Japan by looking at videos from abroad in Japan. I've also taken tips from What a Shame, Mary Jane on traveling and living the expat life. So all of these things will help you out in your preparation. Number three, make sure all of your travel documents are up to date. So I can't stress this enough, guys. Make sure your passport is valid at least 6 months after you leave the country. And why is this? Well, it's a lot of customs do not allow long-term stays if your passport is not valid at least 6 months after you leave the country. Make sure that you have the right visa as well. Just do the right research about it. Go on the government websites. You'll find all of the information there. I also highly recommend that you have an international driver's license. Very useful, and especially if you're in your country they don't speak English or French or any other common language, an international driver's license will allow you to drive there, because the authorities will be able to read the language on the document and it will not cause any further problems. Number four, health insurance. All right, this one's very important. You want to make sure that you have health insurance when you're going into a new country. Make sure that you're covered for everything. And even though the country you're going to might have socialized medicine, it's no guarantee that you're eligible for it. So do your research on health insurance. It's maybe one of the most important things. You wouldn't want to spend your hard-earned cash on paying medical bills when you could use that cash to travel around the country. Things happen, but just get covered, Better safe than sorry. Number five, pack smartly. What does that mean? So guys, we're not traveling, we're not going backpacking. It means that we're not just bringing a small carry-on with us. We're bringing the carry-on plus minimum 1 to 2 suitcases of 23 kilos each. Most airlines will allow 2 suitcases if you're traveling that far. So if you're traveling, let's say, from Europe to Japan, or from North America to Japan, which is my case, I've been allowed to bring on 2 suitcases. So what do you want to bring with you? You want to bring clothes for all seasons, for all occasions. You also want to pack things that will remind you of home. So pictures or your favorite blanket, a book that you like to read. You also don't want to pack things that are too bulky. So that means don't bring your cushion or your duvet. Make sure you bring things that you actually need. Don't buy things that you could buy kind of there and kind of trade at the end, you know, like. Also, you want to pack the right power adapters, and a good trick is to pack also a power bar. Like that, you could use your power adapter for many different types of electronics without having to buy different plugs and power bars and whatever, you know. Number 6, do things that you will miss. This is very important because you will eventually feel homesick, and you want to do things that will remind you of home before going there, right? So, you know, you got to go and eat in your favorite restaurant, eat your favorite food, you know, go out with your friends, have a few beers, your favorite activities. That's exactly what I did before I left Montreal. I had a bit of poutine with my friends, went out. It was great. You know, now I know that I don't have to think about poutine or the taste of poutine for the next at least 3 months, you know. That's not true. I will think about poutine. But anyways, besides that, you get what I'm saying. Number 7, scan your important documents. So you want to scan any document that you think you may need during your stay. I've done this mistake in the past where I just went and scanned nothing. Had to call a friend and say, listen, go through my stuff, take that document out. Could you please send it to me? I need it right away. I waste a lot of time and money. Express Post is very expensive internationally. So do that. Keep your documents in a safe place, you know, like school transcripts, bank information, or even medical information. Keep it all in a drive or on a USB stick, and you're safe. Number 8, budget your expenses. This one's very important. So there's a great website called Expatistan. I'll put the link down below. On Expatistan, you could compare your monthly expenses in your current city versus your new city. So, for example, I compared Montreal to Kyoto, and it gave me a good gauge on things. Quite similar expenses, but I don't know, maybe you're going in a country where it's way more expensive or less expensive. So you want to know if you could spend less, spend more on different things you want to do. So it's very important to have that sense of what things are going to cost beforehand. Number 9, bring cash. This is very important. You know, you're going into a new country, you don't know how it works there. You don't know, are the ATMs open today? Are they not? Are they closed? Could I actually take out cash through the ATM? How much time will it take for me to actually get a bank account? So these are all things you want to think about. So why think too much about them? Bring cash. You give yourself enough time, enough leeway to get around, get to understand things, and you never know. Your card gets blocked, at least you're safe. You know, you have your cash, you're good. Number 10, list your goals. So this one is something that I started doing myself, and it greatly helps with situations that are unfamiliar to you. So you're in a new country and you're not there forever. So you wanna write down what you wanna do, what you wanna learn, and what you wanna achieve. When you feel a bit homesick, you go back to those goals. You look, okay, wait, I'm here for a reason, right? I'm not just here. I'm not slacking around. I'm not sitting in my room. I'm here for a reason. I'm gonna go and do those things. And I think it's very important. I think you should do that too. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you think my tips were useful to you. So if you have any comments, if you like the video, let me know down below. Anything that's constructive, I don't mind. Constructive criticism is always good. So let me know in that comment section. Also, if you enjoyed what you saw and want to see more, subscribe. you know, like any other YouTube channel, just click that button, subscribe, and I will be here in the next video. One last thing, I would like to give a shout out to What a Shame Mary Jane. She really helped me out. I sent her an email regarding my worries, regarding also speaking in front of the camera and how to prepare for a video, and she really helped me out. And yeah, so thank you very much, and see you next time.